Hello guys, welcome all of you to Night Code. In our previous video, we looked into how to design this user profile web page. And today we will be looking into how to program this user profile website so that the relevant user can update that user's profile details. In here you can see we have inserted a button, and if a user click on this button and then the user can select a new profile image, and after click on open, here you can see we have inserted a new profile image. In here we can change users details except password, email and registered date, and also except the gender. After changing these values, that user can click on update my profile button at the bottom of page. After click on that button, it's going to reload this page, and if we reload again, you can see we have our new profile image here. And if we have changed these values before clicking on update my profile button, and the relevant values also would have been updated. So let's go into our code and see what's going on in there. In our user profile.php file, in here we have a PHP script, and we have included our header.php file, and we also have imported connection.php file to this user profile.php file. In here we have checked whether the session variable you have a value assigned to it or not. If that session variable has a value assigned to it, so this code is going to execute it. In here we have taken the email from this session u variable and stored it in $email variable. And you can see here we have some script. In the first script we have taken the user's details, and in our next query we have taken the profile image details. In our third query we have taken the address of that relevant users. In here you can see we have fetches of function, and this function is going to get the first row of these variables and convert that row into an associative array and stored it in this variable. After that part, here we have our image part. Here you can see we have checked whether the image data variables path has a value assigned to it, or whether it's empty or not. If that path is empty, we have here inserted a default image. If the user has changed that user's profile image, so this code is going to be executed. After the profile image, here we have our first name and last name, and you can see here we have inserted a PHP script within this span tags, and we have printed the first name of that relevant users, and then here we have printed that relevant users email address. Here you can see we have inserted a input tag, and we have used it to inserted a new image, and we have our label. And when the user click on this button, it's going to execute this change image function in our script.js file. Here we have first name, last name, mobile, password, email, and so on. In the input field of first name, here you can see we have inserted a PHP script as the value of this value attribute, and this PHP script is going to print the first name of that relevant user within the value tag. And here we have printed last name of that relevant user, mobile of that relevant user, and here you can see we have printed the password of that relevant user. And here we have inserted a icon. After that, here we have our email input tag. We have printed that relevant user's email address into that input field, and after that, here we have registered date. We have printed that relevant user's registered date into that input field, and after that here we have our address part. First we have checked whether the address line 1 is empty or not. If it's not empty, this part is going to be executed. If the address line 1 is empty in our database, this code is going to be executed. After address line 1, here we have our address line 2. We have also checked whether that relevant user's address line 2 within our database is an empty one or not. If it's not empty, this code is going to execute, and if it's empty, this code is going to execute. Here we have some search queries, and this search queries is going to give us a result set, and those result sets will be stored in these variables. In these queries, we have taken every details from province table, district table, and city table. In here, we have inserted the select tag so that user can select that user's province. In here, we have inserted a text as select province, and we have given that option's value as 0. If that user has inserted a province before, so that province is going to be displayed within this select tag. In here we have inserted a PHP script. Here we have checked how many rows are available, province rs variable, and stored it in this province num variable. And here we have started a for loop, and we have checked whether the x is less than the number of rows available in this province rs result set. So within that for loop, here we have taken the first row and convert it into associative array and stored it in province data. After that, we have closed that PHP script so we can insert some HTML tags within this for loop. Here we have an option tag and value. Here we have given a PHP script as the value, and this PHP script is going to print that province ID as the value of that option tag. Within that option tag, here we have printed that relevant province name. After the for loop, here we have closed that select tag. As same as the province, here we have our district selection tag. We have started the PHP script, and we have checked how many rows are available in the district result set, and we have started the for loop according to that number of rows available in result set. And here we have inserted a HTML tag, and here we have inserted another PHP script, and this script is going to print that district's ID as the value of this option tag. Within the option open and closing tags, here we have inserted another PHP script. This script is going to print that district's name within this option tags. After that, here we have closed that select tag. Then again, here we have our city select tag, and we have also started the for loop according to the rows available in the result set, and we have our option tags, and we have given the ID of that city as the value of this option tag, and we have printed that city's name in here. After the city part, here we have our postal code. First, we have checked whether the postal code in our database relevant to that user is empty or not. If it's not empty, this is going to execute, and if it's empty, this code will be executed. After that, here we have our gender part. We have here given a gender input tag, and we have clearly said it's a read only tag so that the user can't change it. We have given the value. Here you can see this PHP code is going to print the gender name as the value of this input tag. And after all of that, here we have our update my profile button. When a user click on this button, it's going to execute this update profile function which is in our script.js file. If the user hasn't registered in within our database, that user cannot come into this my profile web page. So if that user hasn't registered in our website, this is going to be executed and we will be redirecting that user into home.php file. After that, here we have our footer part and we have included our footer.php file to this user profile.php file. At the end of this page, here we have our two script tags and we have linked bootstrap bundle.js file with this file and our script.js file with this file. So let's go into script.js file. Here you can see we have our change image function and we have our update profile function. Within change image function, we have taken that input field and we have taken that image tag and stored them in the variables which is view and file. And in here we have checked whether the image input field has changed, and if changed, this function is going to execute. So this code will be executed. You can see here we have our files array and we have given index as 0 and this first file is going to be stored in our variable file1. In our next line, here we have created a temporary stored path and stored in the variable URL. After that, here we have our image tag and we have changed that image tags src and we have assigned that src's value as this new URL. So that newly selected image will be displayed within the image tag. After change image function, here we have our update profile function. In here we have taken these input fields and stored them in these variables. After that we have created a new form so we can send this value to our update profile process.php file. After the form, in here we have checked how many files has been selected by the user. So if the user hasn't selected any files, this code will be executed, or if that user has selected new profile images, this code is going to be executed. In here we have given a confirmation alert. After that we have a condition. If the confirmation is true, this code will be executed. If the user has selected any files, that image values will be assigned into this image variable and it's going to be appended into this form. After that, here we have created a request and in here we have given the method as post and the destination file. Since we are using Ajax, we have inserted true in here. After that, we have sent this request to update profile process.php file. We have also append this form into this request. So guys, let's go into update profile process.php file and look in what's going in there. Within our update profile process.php file, we have started the session, imported our connection.php file, and here we have checked whether that user is logged into our website or not. If that user is logged into, this code is going to be executed. We have taken the value from that form which was sent from script.js file and stored them in the value of that form into these variables. And in here we have checked whether the user has changed that user's profile image. If it has been changed, this code is going to be executed. Here we have taken that image into $image variable. In here we have given what are the images type that we are going to be accepted and stored it in the variable allow image extension. After that, here we have taken that image type and stored it in $file underscore ex variable. After that, here we have a if condition and else condition. If the selected files extension is a extension which is in this array. This code is going to execute it if the selected files type is not in this array. So this code will be executed. In here we have checked whether the user has selected a new image or not. If the user has selected a new image, this code is going to execute. We have taken that image here and stored it in $image variable. And here we have created an array and given the values which we will be going to take later and stored that array in allowed image extensions variable. After that, here we have taken that chosen file, chosen image type and stored it in this variable. In here we have given a if else condition. We have checked whether this selected image extension is stored in this array or not. If the extension is not in this array, this code is going to execute. So it's not a valid image. So if the image is a valid image, this code is going to execute. Here we have created a new variable. After that, here we have a if else if ladder. We have checked whether the selected image file extension is equal to this. So new extension variable is going to be assigned by this value. So we have done the same thing in here also. After that assigning part, in here we have created a new file path. We have given resource profile image and here we have given the user's first name and then here we have given a unique ID also. Here you can see we have inserted a underscore and we have concatenated this value with this value. And after that, here we have inserted this new file extension into this file path. After that part, here we have move uploaded file function. Within that function we have given that image temporary location and we have given the new file location here. After that part, here we have run a query and stored the result in image array, and here we have checked how many rows are available and stored that value in this variable. After that, if the number of rows available image arrays result set going to if it's equal to 1, this code will be executed. If it's not, this code will be executed. If that's equal to 1, we have updated that path here, and if not equal to 1, we have inserted the new path into our database. After the image process is done, in here we have updated that user's first name, last name and mobile. After that part, here we have searched whether this user has previously entered that user's relevant address into our database or not. If that user has inserted that user's address details, we are going to update that details from here. If the user hasn't inserted that user's address data into our database previously, we are going to insert new values into that database. If the whole process is done, we have given a response as success. This response is going to go into this script.js file. So let's go into script.js file. In our script.js file, in here we have checked whether the state of our server has been changed and whether it's equal to 4 we have checked in here, and if it's equal to 4 we have taken the response and stored it in variable response, and then we have checked whether the response is equal to success. If it's equal to success, we have reload this page, or if it's not equal to success, we have printed that response on our website. So guys, that's all for today. Thanks all of you for joining with me. See you in the next video.